Greetings, it's an honor to be with you today. And today the title is I Am, the Resurrection and the Life. Let me repeat that. The title is I Am, the Resurrection and the Life. I'm reading from the book of John, chapter 11, verse 25 to 26. It's within this chapter that we know we get the shortest verse in the Bible, in the 66, right? And verse 25 says, Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth, he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? Now, why is all of this important? I believe we can definitely look at our Lord's ministry in retrospect and see that there were key points in which he was trying to show those that were paying attention who he truly was. And I believe that this is one of them. We know the scene. Lazarus is dead. We know it because Jesus told it to his disciples. And they made their way to Lazarus. And coming there, I think it was after a couple of days, and he had already been in the grave a couple of days, and they end up at Lazarus' grave. And if there was one thing that the Jews always look forward to, according to the Torah and what is written, was the eventual resurrection at the end of days. Now, there are some sects that didn't believe in the resurrection, and we won't get into that, but this was something that they look forward to, the resurrection at the end of days. Now, here is it now. The resurrection and the life is standing in the midst of them, but they really can't quite comprehend who is he or who he is. Understand now, they've been following Jesus for some time. He's done many miracles, many signs and wonders in their view. And now here is it now. They have basically come to terms with the fact that Lazarus is indeed dead. There's nothing they can do about it. Case is closed. But except they don't really understand who Jesus is. Because the thing that gets my attention every time with this story, and probably gets your attention also, when Jesus says to roll the stone away. And I think that's probably where these verses come into play. And they say to him, well, it's been a couple of days he's been there. He's probably stinking right now. It's like, I don't know if they probably thought Jesus wanted to take a look at the body and see it for himself to believe or something. I don't know. But their excuse for not rolling away the stone was because, look here, man, he's not dead. He's dead and he's stinking dead. It's like he's so dead that he's stinking at this point. And Jesus had to reel them in and challenge their faith, because you have to understand that they were in mourning. It had already been a couple of days. Funeral has already happened. They are in full-fledged mourning for their brother and friend. And here comes Jesus with this request. And it's like us, when we really don't understand who Jesus is, his requests seem inconvenient, insensitive. Lord, it's like you expect me to actually carry on and perform and minister and live after I've experienced such a loss. But it's just like God, when we are at our lowest point, that's when he lifts us up. Because at that point, nobody else can lift us up. And ladies and gentlemen, we can't get any lower than death. Are you hearing what I'm saying today? You can't get any lower than death. Death is the ultimate low place. so low that they put you under the ground. It's the ultimate place of lowness. And Jesus' words are to echo into our spirit today. Jesus says unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. In other words, I'm not just coming to lift you up from your low place, but you're going to live after I'm done with you. In other words, I'm not just bringing you back to life so that you can exist. I'm bringing you back to life so that you can live. That ought to make you excited. And here's the kicker. He says, he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And this thing transcends our natural pilgrimage into our eternal destiny. Even if you've already passed on, even when we're gone from this place naturally, the promise is we're going to live again. Like Job said, those skin worms destroy this natural body, yet in my flesh I'm going to see God. This was the belief that they had in a future resurrection. Lo and behold, the resurrection and the life was standing right there. And it says, verse 26, and whosoever liveth, this is the epitome, whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Chew on that. That's a word from the Lord. Never die. And if you understand who you really are, I guess they can say, let me throw a big word at you, at a metaphysical level. If you really understand who you are at the very core of yourself, then you understand that Jesus wasn't just blowing smoke here. He was actually telling you, I'm him. This is what Jesus was saying to them. I am him. That's why the title is I am. Jesus is the I am. Remember in Matthew 7? No, Matthew 7. It wasn't Matthew 7. But remember when Jesus says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Jesus was trying to get us to understand that there's a term we use now. I'm him, he is him. He is the I am, manifested before our eyes. The resurrection and the life. And the kicker to get this thing started in our lives is to believe it. Once we believe it, listen to me, nothing is going to stand in our way. Daniel chapter 12 rather, verse 2 says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life and some to shame and everlasting torment. That's a prophecy of the eventual resurrection. And as we wait on that, and we don't wait idly, of course, but we live life, because once you've come into contact with Christ, now you have been risen from the dead. Because the first Adam caused us to be sentenced to death. But with the new Adam, the second Adam, we now have life, and that more abundantly. So while we wait on that fateful day, understand that this is your opportunity to live. Because Jesus gave it all so that you can have life and have it that more abundantly.